Capricorn, you have a really, really beautiful idea and it is blossoming. You could be making changes to your life right now to accommodate this shift. There's so much love and money in this. It talks about your home, your foundation, and it talks about you being unique, doing something different. It talks about a destined shake-up in your life that brings love towards you, but there's all this balancing and something that you're up to that looks very cheeky, okay? And I think I said that in your last reading. You're up to something very cheeky, Capricorn, is what I said, and now it's showing up in your love reading. So you really are up to something, Capricorn, and it looks really good, okay? First card out, the Empress. You are fired up because there's a new beginning that you see and you've got your eyes on. Next out, the Wheel of Fortune. You are so destined for this. Ace of Wands in the back of the mind. Really passionate idea, really unique. Not only that, Eight of Wands coming out. You're really going to be talking about this new idea, this foundation, this thing that you want to do. And there's a love from your past that looks like it is being balanced out in a really romantic way. I see someone from your past, a reunion in love. Someone you could have been ghosting, someone you left behind, someone who wanted to work, who wanted to work on it, right? Or wants it to work, but you've moved away from them. You're resisting this person. Intuitively, you are really clearing your mind and you're healing from whatever this is. But there is this King of Cups energy around you. Hermit mode, Nine of Swords, the Hangman, Page of Swords. You've been going through what appears to be some kind of blockage or ghosting of someone who's been talking to you quite a lot, who's been seeing what's going on, who's been enlightening you, or you're being enlightened about your King of Cups side. Yeah, I think the shift in your life and the blockage in your relationship has been related to your lack of emotions because you were healing from someone in the past who gave you a tower moment because you thought it was going to be destiny with them, but that doesn't appear to be the case. But what's interesting with that is there does seem to be someone from your past who you were building with in the past that is showing up with a lot of offers and a lot of regret. I miss you, I want you back, I'll give you money, I'll take you out, I'll wine and dine you. And you're being cold to this person, really cold, but that's because you're fearful of this situation getting out of hand and you don't want to juggle this. You're really trusting in your morals. Oh, this is difficult, but you're doing great. What I see a Capricorn who is being forced by the divine to revisit a past connection. I came into this reading, saw a new beginning for you with the Wheel of Fortune, saw your unique idea for the future and your desire to have a brand new stable foundation, and you're talking about the kind of love you want, what you expect from your partner. But you've moved forward with divine guidance. Someone's guided you spiritually, like your ancestors, a medium. Someone's told you about this love language of yours or how to move forward. And their love's just fallen into your lap, like energetically, emotionally, spiritually. Like, I don't outrightly see someone in front of you yet. I do see someone coming though from the past, but it doesn't appear to be the same person from the past that triggered you. Someone triggered you to push away and avoid them. You don't love them. You don't want them near you. They've done you wrong and done you dirty. You may have been upset about this, and you may have spoken to another ex about your ex. You could have spoken to an ex about an ex, or someone you dated in the past about your ex. There's someone you've had a past connection with. It was always balanced with this person. This person's loved you in the past, tried to date you in the past. It's never been a negative relationship with this person. Someone's coming back towards you in the future who you know somehow from the past, who you dated lightly, got to know lightly, who's been romantic with you lightly. It looks like there's more opportunity here, but it looks like there's been a toxic blessing. Because I feel like if this person came in too quickly, you could have dived into that relationship and then potentially cheated on someone else, or then the dates could have been clashing, that you were dating this person and that person. So it's best for you just to pull back, give yourself time, get this toxic person. The last reading I've done for you was about get that toxic man out of your life ASAP. I think that the energy that you're still working through, this person's made you really emotional in the past. You have to go into High Priestess, Ace of Swords, Star energy to heal from that ex, that past relationship. Now you've got destined new beginning with the Wheel of Fortune and the Empress and the Eight of Wands. You're talking about something publicly, on social media, in a meeting, face to face, FaceTime, on the phone, whatever conversations you're having, you're talking about the new you, where you're going. You're talking up about the bullshit from the past as well. And that's leading to a new beginning. That's not toxic. I need to look at this money and love. This could be someone you work with, you've got a business dealing with. This could be someone you flirted with casually, but it's turning into something more. The ex is showing up here as someone you've moved away from, someone you're ghosting, someone you're not talking to, but right there, and this is how karmic and divines work in connection, because I'm looking at someone who has been blocking your potential for someone new to fly in. You know, when your energy's wrapped up in an ex, you can't seem to date or find anyone new. The moment you really get rid of that ex, in comes someone new. The Chariot, Queen of Wands, King of... wow. King of Swords. Wow. Someone could have been tied up in another relationship and they didn't come towards you. They are working really hard to get away from an ex, someone they had a lot of darkness with. You wanted to take a risk, but you know you couldn't. So you held all your emotions in, Three of Cups here as well, and just celebrated the life that you had. And you accepted that you were out in the cold from this person that you really, really loved. This was the real love that you wanted to begin with, but you ended up with someone else, and that person ended up being super toxic. It looks like you're working on moving away from that person entirely now that you've already ghosted them. And then now I'm looking at you in a evolving connection with someone from your past who was really cold. This person could have blocked you. You may have not spoken to this person for years. You could have just distanced yourself, said no, it's over. King of Swords, Three of Swords. This person was heartbroken over you, over the past, over an ex, over a marriage they was in. They was in another connection, another relationship with someone else. Queen of Wands, King of Cups. They see you as that, but they were also trapped in a situation where they were blocked from all of that with you. Emotionally, they couldn't speak about that. You were emotional. You could have cried to this person. This could have been a karmic third-party situation you was in, where this man was married, this female was married, and you wanted to be with them and you couldn't, yeah? And you had to go slow with your emotions. You really wanted this. They told you they wanted this with you. They weren't lying. They tried to manifest this with you. But it created tower moments in their life to the point where they broke up with whoever they were with. It looks like clashing of belief systems, so much awfulness. They could have even been wrapped in a grief cycle. Someone they loved passed away. I want to say evil, awful situation. So someone was evil in their life. They were getting dark and evil. They spoke to you, said really mean and hurtful things. They were in a dark, demonic place, I want to say. They had to hold on tight to whatever they had left financially so they didn't lose everything in this divorce. They had to let you go on and walk on their own. And they've been watching you for a while build a new life for yourself, have a better life for yourself. They've really missed you. They chose to put themselves out in the cold and sacrificed the love they had for you to deal with this issue. They've been cold for years, a long time, because of this heartbreak. Maybe 3 years or more. Maybe 3 years, maybe even 6 years here. This is weird, right? But you could count birds together. Like count magpies. 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy. Something like that. Or feed pigeons together. Go to the park and feed ducks. Go to the farm, feed animals. I don't know, there's something about feeding animals here. Seeing animals, counting something. You know, there's all these different superstitions, like about birds and things flying in the sky. There's one of these people could like birds and have a bird book and know weird things about birds and feathers and stuff like that, and leaves. I don't know, something interesting about this masculine. Really divided energy as well. You were destined to speak about something, and that looks like that never happened. that conversation never materialized. And you were trapped up. It looks like you were both trapped up with karmics, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, this poor masculine has been in his brain. He's been trying to fix his life. He could have lost a lot of things financially as well. He had to move on with all of his heavy emotions and just let you go. But this person's been watching you on social media, really, really worried about you. If you were going through a difficult time on social media, publicly, or anything difficult happened in your life, they've seen that and they've held off. They've really been brokenhearted over your brokenheartedness, if that makes sense. So whatever you've shown, whatever they've heard about you, family could have told them what you were going through, if it's related to grief as well. And they could have been really upset to know that you've been going through this stuff and they haven't been around. Yeah, this person does see you as husband and wife material as well, but they just haven't been able to do anything intuitively. They knew that if they weren't going to be able to provide you with a King of Cups energy, be emotionally resilient and not toxic because of the way that things were left or the way that things were in the past, then they're just going to have to just stay where they are. So they refuse to move. They've been waiting a really, really long time to apologize, to get back to you, and they are coming back, you know. They're coming back with absolute truth and clarity over what happened in this connection. They want to heal you, right? Which is a little bit of their, I want to say obnoxiousness a little bit, because I think they would be the kind of person that wants to say that to you. Because whatever happened in the past, there were lies attached to it. They could have pushed you away in a way to make you feel like you weren't enough. But it's because they knew that they weren't enough for you, right? They could have said that awful line, "It's not you, it's me" energy, because they knew they had to go away and work on so many layers of themselves. I don't see them being really awful, manipulative and lying, but there were lies here. There were definitely lies. So maybe that was a third party connection again. If this was an affair, if this was a third party situation, then it looks like they've had to take ownership over all of that. And they dragged you into a third party. They weren't honest about what they were doing or who they were seeing and dating at the time. And you've got dragged into something toxic, and they just wanted to clear all of that up before they move forward. I guess that this kind of connection and relationship they didn't leave you thinking they were going to want to come back to you. They left you for your benefit. Like, that's how they look at it. They want you to rise. They want you to ascend. They want you to be happy. And they knew that their sadness was going to bring you down. But they've been working through their sadness for a long time. And all of that time, you've only been the thought in their head. You, entirely. And they've been wrapped up and absorbed in you, watching you, seeing you, watching you every day, like desiring to talk to you. You could talk to this person nearly every day, every other day, but you don't have a romantic conversation. Like there's still connection and intimacy here, but understanding of what you had in the past, but there's been no real conversation about the depths of this and what this person has really gone through. So this person has had to go through King of Swords, Three of Swords for a really long time, whilst watching you living your own life separately, where you've potentially been with other people in this window of time as well that they've witnessed and seen. They've just had to bite the bullet and just own the fact that they've lost you and keep working on themselves. But what looks like it's approaching is this Emperor coming towards you after moving away from Seven of Swords, cleaning up their whole life. This person's had a major awakening to understand who they are, how they were living, what they were doing, how much money they were making, what business they had, who they went to, how they made mistakes with you. This wasn't someone leaving someone else for you. This was someone leaving you alone to sort out all of their indiscretions in the past and every single thing they've ever done that was wrong and mistaken, because they saw you as their other half and their counterpart with the King and Queen of Wands here. You were their other half, and they knew that, and they knew, until I get my life sorted and this divorce is finalised, this separation is sorted, these illegal fees are dealt with, this legal battle is closed, I can't do anything. I can't move towards you. I can't resolve this. I'm just going to drag you into heartbreak with me. Hermit and the Moon. So this person could have ghosted you, yeah? ghosted an apology with you. Whether or not they've been in your life now and then talking to you and you've seen them out and about, which could be the case, and they've just been casual with you, the truth of the matter is 8 of Wands, 3 of Wands, Temperance, they have been waiting to communicate clearly with you about this, but they needed to make sure they could be the King of Cups and not the devil in this, because they can't afford to fuck up again with you at all. So they've been slowly working on removing the toxic cycles from their life, removing all these kind of third-party karmic situations, all this issue with finance, money, love, mind, body and soul. Fire, water, air and earth, all the elements in their lives needed a major overhaul as well. Yeah, 3 of Swords was their deepest sorrow. And Ace of Cups was their greatest release. And actually, the 8 of Cups is next to their 10 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups. They see you as their Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, and 10 of Pentacles. But they couldn't do anything about that because they were trapped in 3 of Swords. 8 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. I am totally emotionally fulfilled by this experience. Could result in crying, overwhelm, shock. With a King of Cups, that's grounded though. And with the 10 of Pentacles, this is the happy life that you've always wanted, that's emotionally fulfilling. With the 2 of Cups and Temperance as well, that's the life that everybody wants in romance. That's the epitome of true love and a romance and husband and wife dynamic, or husband and husband, wife and wife, whatever it is, that's true love. And this person has been really going through 3 of Swords, grief, heartbreak, depression, yeah? Dark night of the soul to get to this. And the way that you've seen this person potentially as well, flip the roles, flip it and reverse it if you're watching, cross-watching, may I add as well. But the Hermit and the Moon and the Page of Cups, someone's gone inside, trying to forgive themselves, trying to work on an apology, trying to, not even work on an apology, because that just sounds like unrealistic in my opinion. But that's the easiest way for me to explain it. They've gone inside to learn about themselves and apologize to you in spirit. Like, that's how deep it is. They've had to go to their guides, their gurus, their spiritual self. They've had to pray, speak to God, do some kind of worship. I'm getting like Krishna consciousness. Speak to a guide, speak to an archangel, speak to a deity, speak to like a passed on legend, a passed on loved one. They've had to connect with source in some way, spiritual to them. And they've had to think, do you know what? Maybe they've written diaries, apologies in their diaries to you, yeah? Because they're broken internally over what has happened. And they know that you see them as toxic. And they don't like the ideology that this has been left in a vibration where you love them and you ended it, but it was on a toxic note. Not toxic like that ex we went to, because that's a whole nother level of toxicity, but just the fact that it was dark and sorrow in your life because of their inability to love you, right? 3 of Swords here. 3 of Swords in this connection with the past of Devil, 8 of Wands and Knight of Pentacles. You could have left this person on red. You could have ghosted this person for ages, or they could have ghosted you. This person could have left you standing, not shown up on a date. Took advantage of you financially, took your words for granted. You could have told this person that you love them and how they feel. They could have told you they don't love you back, or they can't because they're seeing other people. This person could have just put you in a category with everyone else and made you feel like you just weren't it. Like, they really could have hurt you. Whatever way it was their old programming and their way to protect you from fully diving into a romance with them, because they knew they weren't ready to be with you because of all this other stuff going on in their life, and it really wounded them. So it looks like this person is slowly healing. If you don't know who this is, then it's clearly not for you. So don't dive into these readings assuming everything's for you. I don't want to be one of those readers that gives you false hope, okay? Because I've just spoken to a Capricorn who's got away from a toxic man or toxic female with masculine energy, broken off a connection that has been a karmic negative influence on their life, and there is another person who they always saw as their twin flame, their other, their true lover. This could be a totally new connection though, that feels kindred and old. Like, oh, I feel like I've known you all my life, how weird. Or we've been around each other for years, but we never really connected. I always see you on the bus at this time, I always see you on the train at this time, I've walked past you so many times, but I never really stopped to talk. That kind of energy. But now this looks like it's evolving. Let me dive in for clarity on that. Yeah, you're closing out an old cycle for real. This is the wish fulfillment you want, 9 of Cups. This is something that you're going to commit to quite quickly. This is something that's going to change you from being independent on your own to being in a really rich, prosperous relationship. It looks like you're going to be quite icy and cutting initially, because there's going to be a lot of questions whether this person is with you for the right reasons or not. But you'll notice that over your first few dates, when you start dating this person, it'll be equal give and take, and they really do give to you, and it's balanced and it's destined. You're going to meet your soulmate, your destined other half. This is the person that you're meant to be with. If you are a feminine, I feel like this is more for you. If you are masculine, and this is about a feminine who was tethered to something else, could be related to race and religion and what her family would have wanted for her, then this is also confirmation for you. Or an empress who's going through a new beginning that was taking a really long time to get started, and that's why she left you. And it wasn't about cheating or anything, but about a feminine who had to find her own footing because she had to level up in her business career, go through like homelessness, housing, grounding a new life, not struggling anymore, moving out, raising her child. Could be with someone who just had a child who was too young for you to just come and dive into their lives. So a lot of things like that, a lot of consideration about all areas of the masculine's life and the feminine's life, and when the right time to kind of reintegrate yourself into this love language would be. But it looks like a feminine specifically has found herself. So that whether that's the feminine you're going for or you as the feminine, you had no choice but to go through this cycle on your own to get to a better period of life. So this heartbreak was over. So you're attracting a beautiful soulmate who is also free of heartbreak. The more you have conversations with this person about the past, the more you realize why you were separated, why you never met when you did, but why you're now coming together, and why this is a real manifestation and completion for you in love. Because this looks like your soulmate for a lifelong happiness. I'm so excited to do some positive reads on the channel. I feel like we're breaking curses of awkward, toxic relationships. So let's keep going, guys. Feel free to share your story in the comments, Capricorn, and let me know how you're getting on. But it looks like the next relationship or connection coming towards you after you free that toxic masculine or feminine is gonna be a really destined soul that makes you so happy that your whole home and half and heart is tethered to this person in such a healthy, non-toxic way. Love and light, Capricorn.